Have you ever heard that the greatest king of the world, the one who called himself God, was terrified by the cry of a little child? The same king who shouted, "I am your supreme lord." Yet destiny had written that his palace of pride would sink beneath just a drop of water. Yes. This is the story of Pharaoh and prophet Moses, peace be upon him, a story where arrogance was crushed, and the sword of truth carved its name forever in history. In the heart of ancient Egypt, a palace gleamed with gold, but inside, terror reigned. Pharaoh's paranoia was unmatched. Every whisper could cost a life, every shadow hid spies. Mothers trembled as they hid their newborns, for the king had decreed that all Hebrew boys must die. Tonight, you will step inside the palace walls, witness secrets too horrifying for history books, and see how power turned a man into a living nightmare. Within the palace, Moses was born, an infant whose life was threatened from the first breath. His mother defied the king's orders, placing him in a basket to float along the Nile. Meanwhile, Pharaoh's guards scoured the city for any sign of rebellion. The palace itself became a deadly maze, filled with traps, spies, and secret tortures, where even a servant's mistake could mean execution. Picture the scene: a golden Egyptian palace at sunset, mothers hiding babies in dark corners. Imagine a small basket floating on the Nile as guards search with torches. The shadowy dungeons inside the palace symbolize a dangerous world, where power breeds fear and cruelty. This story speaks volumes about truth and justice. Moses, the baby in the basket, would grow up to challenge tyranny. His journey would be filled with miracles, confrontations, and ultimately divine purpose. Through every trial, Moses remained resilient against Pharaoh's might. Remember, even the mightiest falls to the tiniest of truths. Pharaoh ruled with an iron fist, yet he could not escape his fearful heart. The silent cries of Hebrew mothers echoed through history, urging change. This is not just a tale of one man, it represents the fight against oppression. So, what lessons can we take from Moses and Pharaoh? Stand firm in your beliefs. Arrogance leads to downfall. Compassion and justice pave the way for liberation. Every small act of defiance matters. As this epic saga reminds us, truth is stronger than tyranny. Now, imagine a world ruled by absolute cruelty. Pharaoh's grip choked the land. Dissent whispered in the shadows met swift repercussions. Villages burned, captives suffered under brutal tasks. Slaves toiled under the unforgiving sun. The king reigned, watching as fear took root. Inside the palace, dark secrets thrived. Dungeons held innocent children. Rare poisons were tested on the condemned. No one knew who would vanish next. Gold adorned the walls, hiding dreadful screams. Festivities masked the reality of terror reigning supreme. Yet amidst this darkness, a beacon of hope emerged. Moses grew, sheltered by divine signs. Each step within the palace was a dangerous game. Guards lurked, spies observed, and Pharaoh was ever watchful. Miracles manifested quietly, escapes from deadly traps and bursts of strength amazed onlookers. As Moses matured, rebellion flickered within him. Secretly, he healed the sick and warned the oppressed. Each act ignited fear in Pharaoh's heart. Arrogance clashed with divine purpose. In retaliation, hunts intensified, but Moses remained elusive, untouched by Pharaoh's rage. Then came a turning point. Pharaoh defied the heavens. Plague swept across the land, rivers turned to blood, locusts devoured crops, hail shattered cities. Darkness enveloped Egypt. Pride crumbled, armies faltered, and screams echoed through once grand halls. In a final desperate move, Pharaoh chased the fleeing Israelites. The Red Sea loomed ahead. But the waters parted. Moses led his people to freedom, while the sea swallowed the Egyptian army whole. Pharaoh's reign, an empire built on terror, crashed into oblivion, leaving only ruins behind. As you sit safely tonight, imagine the gilded palace filled with hidden horrors. Picture a child, destined to defy evil, growing amidst threats. Think about the choice of power: will you rule with justice or drown nations in fear? History echoes the legacy of the merciless. Embrace the story of Moses, a journey from darkness to liberation. Reflect on the choices of power in your own life. What legacy do you wish to leave behind? Your story begins today. Share this story with others to inspire courage. Subscribe for more powerful tales of change, and join us in awakening the spirit of justice. Together, let's rewrite history.